Raptors get the huge win against the Hornets despite not having Fred VanVleet and not having Scottie Barnes, and Pascal Siakam had to play point guard and was surprisingly amazing. Let's get into it in our post-game show. The Raptors come away with a very nice 12-point win against the Hornets. Would have been more if it wasn't for the garbage time period, but you can say that about a lot of games. They do the job that they needed to do here. Welcome to Amateur Hour Clips, where we give you a post-game show for every single Raptors game. So make sure, if you want to see a post-game show, you sub to the channel and drop a like to show other people that this is a post-game show worth watching every single game. And we got an exciting one for you guys. The Raptors with a nice win against the Hornets, 7th seed in the East. Raptors tied for the 8th seed, vying for a playoff position. They're going to want to move into a spot here where they can kind of overtake the Hornets, and it starts with good performances like this. I gotta say, I was worried. No Fred, no Barnes. Who was going to be the main ball handler? It was probably going to be Siakam, who is technically listed as a point guard for today's game. And, you know, I was excited to see what he could do in that role. His playmaking has been improving this season. Didn't expect it to be this good. Siakam dropped a near triple-double with 24 points, 12 assists, and 9 rebounds. 1 rebound away from the triple-double. Can you imagine 2 years ago thinking Siakam could produce numbers like this? 9 for 16 shooting, 1 for 2 from 3. Got to the line and was perfect as well. Shout out Gary Trent for a season high 32 points, efficiently done as well. OG 24 points, efficient. Boucher 12 points and was giving us a lot of energy. The bench, other than Champagnie getting ejected, Flynn and Banton were really good today. I really liked what I saw from them. Utah still kind of struggling to find his feet offensively, but I thought he was better today than normal. I want to give a big shout out to Flynn and Banton. I've been very critical of them. Lots of Raptors fans have been critical, especially of Flynn, and they got their opportunity today with Fred VanVleet out injured, and they delivered. Honestly, not a ton of minutes for both of them, but they played well. They limited the amount of mistakes that they made, and I thought that having them on the floor did help out this team today. I don't think there was any real bad performances from the Raptors, which is great. Individually, we all needed to show up in the absence. We all needed to show up in the absence of Fred and in the absence of Scottie Barnes, and we did. And it was a big win, so I'm very happy about that. Just to quickly address Fred and Scottie Barnes, my worry is playing guys 40 minutes per game is going to start to catch up to us, because this one with Fred was a problem. And I was worried not having Fred, of course. Just want to quickly say, we're not going to say in the comments that this Raptors team is better when Fred doesn't play because of how good we played. We're not going to do that. Just quickly to let you know. Fred missed the game. Other guys stepped up in his absence. It is what it is. Great win from the Raptors. A lot of what we did to be successful today was the shooting. The Hornets threw a zone defense at us, and if you watch the post-game shows, you know the last one I talked about zone defenses. If you watch the main channel videos on Amateur Sports, the previous video I talked a lot about zone defenses. How do you break down a zone defense? Key things I mentioned. You got to hit your threes first of all, which, I mean, the easy thing to stretch out the zone defense. But the second thing you can do, even when you're not hitting your threes, which we were today, is those entry passes from the top straight to the rim, or for a player peeling up to the high post. We did a lot of that today. Siakam did a lot of that today. There was a couple good sets where he found OG on the inside, used his size, used the mismatches that we created from having such a big lineup on the floor. And Siakam was exposing that with his great playmaking today. But, I mean, the shooting does help as well. We shot 47% from 3, 52% from the field. That was great, even though the Hornets had a lot of free throws early on in this game. We kept the pace offensively, ended up getting a lot of free throws ourselves in the end. And, you know, we had the rebounds, which was great as well. Turnovers, not particularly happy with, but so much of what we did on the court went right for us today. The defense was really good that I found. The three-pointers were we were electric from 3 tonight. and the passing to break down the zone defense is what I was happy with. We tested a lot here. We've had our struggles out of the gates in the last 2 games, so that was important for us today. We got out to a hot start. We let it kind of slip to start the 3rd quarter, but I liked our resolve. You know, it was 76-61 at halftime. A few minutes into the 3rd, it was 78-75. We found our character, found a resolve, went back up, didn't look back, got the big players to hit the big shots, and just so many guys contributing. You know, when you have a bench who can help out your team like this, it is great. I know they didn't put up a ton of points, but I thought Flynn and Banton did influence the game. Having guys on your bench who can chip into a game like this is great. And I mean, when the starters are playing like that, OG and Siakam on 24 points, Trent on 32, it is awesome. Chuo was impressive as well. Offensively, there's still some IQ things to work out, but defensively, he does offer this team a lot. So, not a whole lot to really dive into. This was great. This was great. It fixed a lot of the things that went wrong, especially against Portland. We got off to a fast start. We're knocking down our shots, being smarter with the zone defenses. Big test tomorrow against the Bulls. You got a back-to-back night. Hopefully, Fred and Scottie are back. And you got to keep executing these things well. Can I expect the Raptors to shoot this well in every game? No, absolutely not. However, a good step in the right direction. We go back above 500, go closer to Charlotte, but a tough stretch of games coming up. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. Exactly what this team needed. Exactly what this team needed. And exactly what some of these bench guys needed. Flynn and Banton get that extra little bit of confidence. Maybe we can use Banton a bit more in the rotation. This team desperately needs it, as you can see with the injuries. Watanabe still really needs to find his feet. But I think that will come after a good performance for the 905 yesterday. But that's all from me. Nice win. Got the job done. Not a lot to complain about, if anything, really. Let's look forward to the Bulls tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching this post-game show. If you enjoyed, make sure you liked the video. Help us get to 50 likes in this post-game show. We can definitely hit that. We got to win. Like for the Raptors win. And make sure you're subscribed for a post-game show for every single Raptors game. I give my immediate thoughts about the game. And don't be afraid to come check out our streams coming. Twitch.tv/amateursports. Watch party for the Raptors games. Big announcement coming on Saturday. You do not want to miss. I will see you again next time for another post-game show.